When you start Pro Contractor Studio, the startup screen will appear. In the startup screen, you can click on New Custom Drawing to start a new drawing file. You can also access the command by selecting New from the File menu, by pressing the shortcut key combination of Control and the letter N, or by clicking on the Quick Access icon in the toolbar. When you start a new drawing, the Drawing Page Setup dialog box will open along with a new drawing sheet. To change the characteristics of the new sheet of paper, enter the width and height of the paper. Always enter the width and height of the paper in a portrait layout, whether you plan on designing in this layout or not. You can also click on the Get Paper Size from Printer button. You can then select a printing device from the drop-down menu and select an available paper size from the list. Select the orientation of the paper by clicking on either the Portrait or Landscape buttons. Notice how the paper layout and drawing dimensions change as you select either Portrait or Landscape as the orientation. When printing a drawing, if the paper is visible, a black border will appear around the edge of the paper. Enter the margin for the border in the Border Margin text box. If the paper is hidden using the Show or Hide Paper command from the View menu, the border will not print. Select the desired output scale for the drawing from the drop-down list. In Pro Contractor Studio, you're actually creating a drawing at a particular scale, such as 1 inch equals 10 feet or 1 inch equals 16 feet. A 1 inch equals 20 foot scale is usually a good scale for most residential properties. You can also create a custom scale by entering values in the text boxes. That's all there is to setting up a single sheet of paper for drafting. We'll cover adding, deleting, and renaming sheets, as well as the sheet offset, the Move Sheet button, and the clipping area in other lessons. Once you have selected the paper requirements, click on the OK button. You now have a piece of paper and are ready to begin drafting. Notice that we only have one layer available in the Layer Manager. All new drawings begin with a layer 0. You may need to add more layers before you start designing, such as a building layer. You can select a color for all entities drawn on the new layer. Select a line style, such as a dashed or dotted line. A continuous line style is a solid line. Enter a width for the line and a scale. A scale is how far apart dashes or dots will appear when drawn on the screen. You can now begin drawing. You really need to set up additional layers for bed lines, hardscapes, and property lines. Most of these layers already exist in the templates that are available from the startup screen. It is usually easier to start a new drawing using a template file, but if you need to start a drawing from scratch, this is the way to get started.